matchup is an iron fist matchup. It will last for 30 minutes, and at the end of the time limit, the wrestler with the most pinfalls, submissions, or disqualifications will be declared the winner, unless there is a knockout, in which case the matchup will end immediately. Introducing first, and his opponent.
And here we go with our main event of the evening. It's an iron fist contest between Martin Stone and Leroy Kincaide.
What a treat for the Sittingbourne fans here. Leroy Kincaide and Martin Stone, two fantastic, great British wrestlers. Do you like the theme here?
Well, IPW is a British promotion, so
it does help.
Well, I was expecting a slow start to this one, but they're certainly going at it right from the beginning. That surprises me with the 30-minute time limit that we've got here.
They just want to prove to each other at the start which one is clearly stronger. Because Martin Stone, brick, you-know-what house. But Leroy Kincaide, just look at him. He's just... He does just look so fantastic. He's just, again, he is built like a brick you-know-what house.
Yeah, Leroy is really quite a large guy, and you don't realise until you're quite up close to him because he doesn't come across like that on screen.
Again, nice top wrist lock, goes through, cartwheel over into another. Oh, he's taking that Stone round.
Now this is the Iron Fist contest, which Leroy Kincaide actually won at the Extreme Measures tournament last year, but Martin Stone wasn't able to take part in the match that evening. Martin Stone, of course, at that time was the IPW UK Heavyweight Champion, and this match should have been for that title. So I don't know how that's going to affect things. What with Leroy maybe having it playing on his mind that this match should have been for the title, but now it isn't.
Not only that, though, this is Sittingbourne. He lives in Maidstone, not very far away. This to him is a home crowd. He's not going to want to disappoint the local audience here. Nicely done there. Front face lock.
He's certainly showing some power there because Martin Stone's not a little guy, as we well know.
As you can see with the front face lock, he's just trying to slowly wear him down. I was about to say he's going to try, and again, even Martin Stone here, these two are great cardiovascular people. They just can keep on going. But if you can stop the air coming in, if you can stop the oxygen coming in, it's going to wear them down, and they will slow down, and the big moves won't happen. Obviously, Martin Stone, big power guy. Leroy not wanting to go in the air and then land on his face.
Remember, we have got a full 30 minutes to go here. The Iron Fist match, very similar to an Iron Man match. The big difference being that if a knockout is called, that is the end of the match, and the man who has been knocked out is the loser, regardless of how many times he has been pinned, or how many times he has pinned his opponent.
I do like that rule, but I can't help but think it sort of favours Martin Stone.
Yeah, you have to say that Martin Stone's power moves, the London Bridge for example, is much more likely to cause a knockout than Leroy Kincaide's top rope manoeuvres, which he likes to use towards the end of a matchup.
And both guys feeling each other out here. I don't know who would go down. Neither man budging. Off again. Both stumbling again. Both guys just fantastic. These two, they just seemingly are evenly matched. Even, oh, there we go. Nice sportsmanship there. Again, to remind people, Sittingbourne fans here getting one hell of a great main event.
Exactly, for their debut show, you know, this is going to be the first view of IPW UK for some of these fans in attendance in Sittingbourne, and what a way to showcase the promotion by putting on an Iron Fist match between Martin Stone, one of the greatest wrestlers in the UK at this time, and Leroy Kincaide, the local boy who everybody of course wants to get behind.
Well, it even sounds like, actually it sounds like in the audience people are more behind Martin Stone.
Well, that's not to say that Martin Stone isn't popular, just the fact that Leroy is a local lad. And Martin Stone, when he was the IPW UK champion, the fans would chant, he's our champ at him every show.
They were great days.
And of course, it was at the very event where this match was meant to happen that Martin lost his IPW champion.
2 count. Sorry to interrupt there.
It was earlier on in that event that Martin had been attacked by Alex Shane, who was representing the FWA. Brutal chair shot on the head. Martin should not have been competing. Of course, this match was called off. Andy Boy Simmons then took advantage and won the IPW title while sat in a wheelchair, can you believe?
And both men trying to feel each other out. Can't quite work out who's going to get the first fall. That might be the way to go. He's hooking him up. Nice suplex there. Probably winded him there.
5 minutes gone.
There we go. Thanks, John. 5 minutes have passed in the match.
Still 0-0 at this moment, as you would fully expect it to be. Neither of these guys are going to go down for a 3 count easily.
Actually, if I make a bold prediction, I actually don't think there will be a fall. These two guys are too evenly matched.
You think that even though they're going for a full half an hour, that this is going to be a draw at the end of it?
Yeah, I think these guys are too evenly matched for this. I mean, Leroy Kincaide obviously being local, he does not want to lose. Martin Stone just being so awesome in the first place. Again, both guys aren't going to want to, well, they're not gonna stay down, and they're not gonna quit.
Now, if I can just interrupt for a second, Leroy's been quite clever here, taking a break on the outside. He's got a 10 count. He can go outside. He can have a drink. You know, he's taking a break. Yeah. That's quite wise. Yeah, going in, breaking the 10 count, going back out. Now, Leroy starting to act a little bit differently from what we'd expect from Leroy Kincaide here. Starting to maybe bend the rules ever so slightly, which I've picked up from this evening is something you don't appreciate.
True. But although this is, as they already know, this is going to be 30 minutes of almost hell with each other. Would you like to wrestle yourself, knowing exactly what they're good at, knowing exactly what they're not good at? Oh, there we go, Leroy. Okay, maybe that break gave him that little advantage. He could get his mind together and think of a strategy. And Leroy taking that break. I'm wondering if that was because he's starting to play on his mind that this should have been his title opportunity. This should have been his shot at the IPW UK title. And because of matters totally out of his control, took his head off. Sorry to interrupt again. That was a 3. We've got a 3 count already. We're at 7 minutes and we've got a fall. I'm really quite shocked by that. I'm more shocked that I got it wrong. Maybe what happened there,
what I'm thinking is maybe Leroy decided to stay down, decided that the energy it would have taken to kick out would be better spent later on in the match trying to pick up a fall, bringing it back.
True, you've got to think, this match is great for this, where you have to think strategy here. Because again, you've got the knockout option as well. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe he thinks he can knock him out. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve.
I don't agree with you very often, but you might have actually got something right for once.
This is why this match is one of the greatest matches you can have in professional wrestling. Nice snap suplex and a float over. Again, going for a quick cover. This time, again, Leroy not wanting to go 2-0 down.
Dean Ayas watching in the background, very vocal as he always is. Remember, he could be a factor in this match as well.
True. Again, the bonus of having Diaz there is that he can, not because he's not in the ring, he can think strategy, tell him what to do. That's one thing Leroy's got to remember, is that there is another body there. So maybe, on second thoughts, maybe Martin Stone might win this. I'll take back my comment.
I think you're just making predictions too early. I think we've got to sit back, relax, enjoy this match, and take whoever wins as the winner.
Crowd still behind Martin, it seems.
Dean Ayas acting as cheerleader there. Luckily, he's not wearing a tiny little frilly skirt. He is wearing his trademark suit.
Although I did see him at a party once.
Stop. Thank you.
Okay, I wish he would get down. He's ruining such a great match. This could be one of the best matches
He has
we'll
to be
ever
careful
see.
as well that the referee doesn't think he's gone too far and make a disqualification, because that would, of course, bring it back to 1-0.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that could have been 2-0. It's almost like a football match, really. Working out scores, strategies. Although there's no formations we have to worry about, so that's okay. Nice forearm.
Leroy throwing Stone to the outside. The opposite of what he did earlier. Earlier on, he went out inside, took a break. Now he's thrown Stone to the outside and he's taking a break in the ring. That, of course, is better because the referee has to count Stone. If Stone gets counted to 10, that's 1-0.
Leroy is a much smarter man than I gave him credit for.
Leroy kicking Stone straight back to the outside there. Another 10 count's going to start any minute now from referee Andy Quilden. Fans in the front row giving some encouragement to Martin. Stone looks a little bit worse for wear right at this moment in time. I think this breather's going to do him good. But knowing Martin Stone, he's not the sort of guy who's going to take too much of a breather.
See, every time he knocks him back outside the ring, it means Martin Stone's got to pick himself up. Thanks, John. 10 minutes into the match. Every time Martin Stone wants to get up, he's going to exert that extra bit of energy, then get into the ring and then be pushed back out again. It is wearing him down very slowly. Again, you can be winded. You would have obviously slight pains in the ring. All of this going to be over-exaggerated in a strange way when he's trying to get back in the ring.
Of course, Martin Stone is the... Oh, excuse me, I interrupt myself as Leroy does a spectacular dive over the top rope and lands right on Martin Stone.
Crowd certainly like that one.
And let me just go back to what I was saying there. Martin Stone is the sort of guy who uses brawn over brains a lot of the time, and that could also be a downfall. He dives straight in. He doesn't.
Oh no,
think
not the
about
merchandise stand.
consequences.
Look at those Hasbro figures get knocked over. I had a Brutus Barber Beefcake figure there. I wanted to buy that one.
Leroy better be careful because the IPWUK merchandise man will not let him away without paying for breakages.
Oh.
Stone regaining the upper hand there by using the wall to his advantage. Martin Stone using anything in the Wyvern Hall.
It's the way Sittingbourne likes to do it. I mean, when I arrived, I saw a fight on the way in. Oh, great place to be. Oh, across the back. Into a fan's chair. This is just going to be fun.
Well, I'm quite shocked there that Martin Stone's managed to find an empty seat in this hall because it's jam-packed to the rafters.
I'll take a seat. Oh, there we go.
Is that wise? Letting Leroy have a sit down? I don't see quite what Martin Stone's... Oh, there we go. That was his plan all along. brutal clothesline, knocking Leroy backwards, and of course he's landed on the chair.
Yeah, Leroy looks worse for wear right now. That was almost in a strange way a humiliation kind of move. So have a seat, have a rest, whack in the face. I stand corrected. That was more of a humiliating shot. He's not going to suplex him on the outside. Surely not.
There are protective crash mats there.
Oh, we heard that one.
They're not very thick, those mats. I don't think they're going to have helped Leroy whatsoever. That's just like taking it on pure concrete.
Blocks it. Blocks it again. Martin Stone. Oh, Martin Stone tastes the canvas.
This is going to and fro. Nobody gaining the upper hand at the moment. Martin Stone, of course, still leading 1-0, but that could change in a matter of 3 seconds.
Into the corner post, into the 3 annoying little kids there. Did I say that out loud? I apologise.
We'll just have to hope they don't buy the DVD and sue you.
Vicious right hand to the head of Martin Stone there. And out of interest, do you think has Andy been counting them since they've been outside? Actually, hang on, I'll correct myself. They've both been outside, so it wouldn't have done a lot anyway.
No, of course, because if you counted to 10, what would it be? Still 1-0, 2-1? It wouldn't make any difference to the match.
I'd like to see a 99-98 score. That'd be quite funky. Moving on.
Dino Ask giving his man instructions there.
Oh, took his leg out. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good.
Another use of the chair.
They are solid. They hurt.
They're not the plastic school hall assembly chairs that a lot of wrestling shows in this country use. They are metal chairs. They're going to be hurting these guys quite a lot. Leroy telling the crowd to move. I don't like the look of this. What's Leroy going to do now?
Oh, nearly knocked over the camera person. Whoa! Ooh, that guy nearly got knocked out then. Who's that other handsome man by him? Oh. Oh, was that a Pringles can?
I think it was. It's assault. Okay,
I thought I was the one that made the bad puns, but I'm going to say this now. You be quiet. Let me deal with that.
Fine.
Leroy Kincaide's back in the ring now.
I'm earning my money just by being here. I don't have to speak.
Crowd again getting behind Martin Stone. I didn't actually expect that. I thought it would be slightly more even. But then I suppose Leroy has done some things that are almost out of character.
The other thing to remember that Leroy has had some niggling injuries recently, and he hasn't really appeared in any IPWUK UK rings for quite some time. It's been a good 5 or 6 months, I think, since we last saw him in Orpington. In actual fact, if my memory is correct, it was at that Extreme Measures tournament that we last saw him. John Atkins there, you may have heard underneath me, saying that we've got 15 minutes gone in this match. We're halfway through and Martin Stone still leading at 1-0.
You can tell that Leroy's thinking, what do I have to do to get this guy down? Nice Samoan there.
I think a lot of people in IPW have asked the same question. Not many times that Martin Stone will go down for the 3 count.
Yeah, that was a close 3 there, 2.5. I'd like to know what's going through Dean's head at the moment. What is the strategy? Are they just going to pace it out because he's 1-0 ahead? Do they want to get that extra fall to be 2-0 ahead? That after all, that buffer does help.
Martin Stone could just take a back seat now. He could just do what Leroy was doing earlier. Get himself outside the ring, stay there for 9, get back in and let that go for 15 minutes. It wouldn't be very interesting for this crowd to watch, so I hope he doesn't do that. But it would certainly work.
But then Leroy could still get a knockout and completely win the match. And not get the half an hour enjoyment that we know we're going to see. Nice European uppercut.
We're in Europe, it's only an uppercut.
I was just about to say that. Oh, he takes him down.
Martin Stone's gained the upper hand here in the last couple of minutes. That's not good news for Leroy as we approach the end of this match. He's, of course, 1-0 down to Stone. All the time that he spends laying on the floor is time that he can't get a 3 count.
Again, the crowd briefly got behind Martin Stone then.
Those fans retaking their seats there after the action got a little bit too heated for them.
I mean, the ring might not be able to contain the action, but at least the building can. Takes him down again. See, I think he is just coasting. I think he knows he's got that 1-0 advantage. That's just mean.
It's certainly done the job. Leroy's not coming back up after that one. And of course, as I said a moment ago, all the time Leroy's on the floor, he can't get that 3 count and it stays 1-0. All the time it stays 1-0. Stone is going to be the winner.
Oh, it looked like Stone hits his head directly on that ring post then. That did not look good. Again, Diaz looks, Dean does look indeed quite worried now.
Martin Stone's a tough guy, but
back to that chair again.
That chair's pretty much making it a triple threat match here. It's been used so much by both of these competitors.
Way back in the ring.
That's about the first time in about 4 or 5 minutes we've seen any action in the ring.
Off the ropes. That's the clothesline.
Now this is a side of Martin Stone that we don't often see. He's going for a Cobra Clutch here. He's got Leroy well and truly wrapped up. Leroy's not getting out of this.
He's right in the centre of the ring. It's again another hard hold to even roll out of, even reverse. There we go. He's tapped out on that one.
Leroy's tapping. We're at 2-0.
Scores a submission fall. Therefore, Martin Stone leads 2 balls to none. 2-0 to Martin Stone. 19 minutes gone by, 11 minutes remaining.
Let me just reiterate what John Atkins said there. 19 minutes gone, 11 minutes remaining. This is becoming more of a mountain than a molehill for Leroy Kincaide. It's 2-0 to Martin Stone. Can Leroy Kincaide overcome this?
He just needs to knock him out. Maybe that was the strategy on going outside. When you're outside the ring, there are plenty of foreign objects. I know it's not quite in the rules, but maybe that's the way he's got to do it. Maybe he has to use that chair we kept seeing. Maybe he has got to use those ring posts. Maybe he has to use one of the even audience members. Nice right hand again. Both men staggering. Down goes Leroy, down goes Stone.
There's been a hard-hitting contest. We're 20 minutes in and both of these men are struggling now. As you saw there, after one punch, both men went over. Do you think they're both going to last to the 30-minute mark? It's a whole 10 minutes left and they're both looking quite shattered.
That looked like a rather low shot then.
Frustration creeping in even more for Leroy Kincaide now. He's taking it out on the Twisted Genius, Dine Ash.
He landed horribly. Oh no. I think he may have even hit his head on the back of those steps there. I don't think we have to worry about him for the rest of this match. That was quite the nasty fall.
And for Leroy Kincaide, that's a very smart move because it takes out one whole factor from Martin Stone's game plan.
And another nice leg drop there. Going across the bridge of the nose. 2 count only. Maybe Leroy has to just pull something out of the bag. Maybe one of his high-risk manoeuvres. Is he going for another one? Oh! Okay, now it's just desperation now, just trying to choke the life out of him.
Andy Quilden giving Leroy the 5 count. He comes out, but he goes straight back in again. Quilden counts again. Leroy is getting frustrated. He was hoping that this would be his trip straight back to the top of the IPWUK UK Championship rankings. A win over Martin Stone here, the most recent former champion. It would have put him right back up there, but of course, it's not going to plan, and he's starting to get angry.
Yet another 2 count. You can see that Leroy is just slowly trying to build up these moves, slowly wearing him down. He knows he's 2-0 down. He knows that a quick way of doing this is the knockout. Obviously having a quick discussion there with Andy.
I think he's gone over into the corner and said, look, you look like Theo Walcott, and I'm going to keep telling you that until you count that 3.
Another elbow to the face there. Again, I suppose Leroy's got to try and think, how is he going to do this quickly? Is he going to go for that knockout, or is he going to have to get, I don't know, 2 submissions on in a row? 3, or 3 even. Because obviously just 2's going to draw it. Leroy.
Irish whip from Stone.
Nice spine buster there. Yet another 2 count.
One more for Martin Stone, and I think this would be over. It would take it to 3-0.
Oh, Dean slowly getting up. See, I don't think Martin Stone doesn't need to beat him anymore. He's already done that twice in this match.
Stone can take it easy now. Leroy is the one who has to go on the
Nice
offensive.
vertical suplex there. Landed hard. Again, the float over. Only a 2. Leroy knows he can't afford another loss in this match.
Is it a mistake in Stone's game plan to keep going so hard, wearing himself out? The more he goes for these high impact moves, the more he's tiring himself. The more he leaves that open for Leroy to pin him if Leroy gets one good move back. Like that! This could be 2-1 here. Dean knows it. Stone's out cold. 1, 2.
Oh, there we go.
At 23.5 minutes, Leroy Kincaide scores a fall by pinfall. Therefore, the score is Martin Stone 2, Leroy Kincaide 1.
Thanks, Mr. Hardcore.
23.5 minutes gone.
6.5 minutes to go. Can Kincaide bring it back to 2-2? It would be, some would say, an upset. Some would say his just rewards for the fact that this should have been for the IPW UK title. Whatever happens, it's been a fascinating match.
You can see Leroy's just trying to get his act together at the moment. He's just realised he has one. He's got one back. He just needs one more. That's not going to help his cause.
Double clothesline, both men down. Leroy's going to be the one more desperate to get back up on his feet and start taking advantage. Martin Stone could lay there for the next 5 minutes and win this match. He doesn't have to do anything more if he doesn't want to. Leroy Kincaide, he's the one that needs to hurt Martin Stone. He's the one that needs to put the big moves on Martin Stone. He's the one that needs a 3 count. But of course, Martin Stone, in typical Martin Stone fashion, is back up to his feet. Is that a mistake from Martin Stone? Should he be taking it easy now?
In my eyes, yes, it is a mistake. But who got? Oh, nice overhead. Oh, again, very close there. I think Leroy knows he's got to turn it up a notch.
5 minutes.
5 minutes remaining. You've just heard Mr. Hardcore. Oh, nicely done again. Go for the quick cover. A bit too slow. 2 and no. Again, he's got, obviously, he knows he's got to turn it up a notch, put in some more moves, maybe get a quick 3 count, then he's on the draw.
And of course, it's going to be playing on both these guys' minds that whoever wins is pretty much guaranteed a title shot against IPW UK champion JC Thunder at some point in the near future.
I think he's listened to us. He knows he's got to pull something big out the bag. It's a do or die. Ascending the ropes.
He was going for one of his big top rope moves. It's the London Bridge.
Okay, it's over. Okay, Martin Stone's won.
He normally sets that move up, but there he knew it was desperation. He saw the opportunity, he grabbed it. He didn't have to say anything, do anything else. This is going to be a 3. We're going to be 3-1.
Oh,
Stone's not going for the pin.
no, it's going for the knockout. Remember, if he's down for the 10, it means that Stone wins it.
Martin Stone is obviously very confident that he's got Kincaide beaten.
I think it's more Dean Ayers thinks that. I think Stone just goes with the flow and just goes, I'm going to kick some ass.
Dean Ayas is the one who said, take a step back, Martin, relax. Which is what I think Stone should have been doing for a lot longer in this match.
Leroy's up now. Leroy is up. But he looks a little worse for wear. I don't have much hope for him. But again, he was down for about an 8 count, so maybe you could have pinned him and got a 3-1. Maybe that was the mistake.
I don't think you can ever write off Leroy Kincaide.
Oh,
I don't think you can write off either of these guys right until the 30 minutes is up.
Nice little jackhammer there. Only got a 2 count against Stone now, trying to get an extra cover just so he has that nice little buffer there.
Perhaps he could have got that a minute ago though, but he didn't go for it. He's going for another London Bridge. But Kincaide pulls it back, counters the London Bridge. 2 hard clotheslines in quick succession from Leroy, but he hasn't got the energy to follow up on them. He's going in with some punches now, but they're definitely not as strong as they were nearly 30 minutes ago.
You can see just trying to get him on that top rope, it's wearing him out. Martin Stone is one big man.
We're about 28 minutes in now,
Oh!
and Leroy just didn't have the energy to get him to the top rope, but somehow he found the energy to run across the ring holding him. That's quite phenomenal from Leroy Kincaide there.
Taking advantage of the 5 count there. Dean giving some last minute advice. It is a case of do or die now for Leroy. He's got to do something.
I think Dean's going to be saying, look, just take it easy, stay out of his way. It's 2-1, if you stay out of the way, this is 1. Don't put yourself in any danger.
2-minute warning. Leroy's got to pull something out very quickly, or I'm afraid Martin Stone has won. Leroy's obviously planning something. Irish whip across the ring. This is the clothesline. Nice flying clothesline by Martin Stone. The brick you-know-what house flying. That can never be good.
Now Martin Stone has the ability to throw things like that into his offence. We see him.
The Cane's in the ring.
Is Dean Ayas doing what I think he's doing here? Could this be a mistake by Dean Ayas? No, I think Dean's pulled it back now.
Okay.
He understands that he shouldn't be doing that this should be a contest fought under fair rules.
Maybe he overheard us and didn't want to disappoint us.
1 minute remaining.
We've got 1 minute remaining. Now Leroy's got
50 seconds.
one last opportunity here. He's starting to take it. That's a
Nice slam.
slam from Leroy. Leroy's going to the top. We've got about 40 seconds remaining.
Sending the ropes. This is the do or die moment. Can he?
What's Leroy going to pull out? Lovely corkscrew from Leroy Kincaide, but has he got the energy to pin Martin Stone and pull this back to 2-2?
I don't even know if that was a smart move.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Leroy is now inching towards Martin Stone agonisingly. Martin Stone has been beaten down this last few minutes.
Maybe he shouldn't have wasted that time at the beginning of the match.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Foot on the rope.
Stone got his foot on the rope. That is the end of the contest, and Martin Stone has won the contest 2 falls to 1.
But did Dean put the leg on there?
I don't think that matters. I didn't see it. The referee didn't see it. You didn't see it. That's speculation. I think at the end of the day, we've had a 30-minute... Sorry, let me just let John Atkins make the official announcement there. We've had a 30-minute iron fist matchup, which has not let anybody get down. Both men have given their... Martin Stone has walked away 2-1 victor. Fantastic showing from both guys, and I think they both need a hearty round of applause.
Leroy's not happy about that. You can clearly see it. He is not happy. Clearly upset with himself. Dean casually looking pretty cool there.
I have to admit that I feel quite bad for Leroy Kincaide. He really did put in a fantastic showing during that match, and he came so close to pulling it back at the end. Time was against him.
Well, the City-born crowd clearly showing appreciation for these 2 great men after this great match.
Martin
Sittingbourne-
Stone showing appreciation for his opponent by offering a handshake.
Sittingbourne should be honoured in seeing such a great match and a great show.
And I don't think there's any better match to showcase IPW UK. A handshake there.
There we go.
That's what IPW UK is all about. Respect. These 2 men respect each other. They've had a fantastic match. All of these fans are going to go home, tell their friends just how fantastic IPW's debut's been, and I'm sure all of them will be back on September the 9th to see another fantastic show.